What's going on, everybody? It's Ultimo Gallos. It's the weekly wrestling wrap-up. Yeah, I know I did one a couple of days ago, but I got a lot more wrestling to watch, so, what the hell? And currently, I got on Impact from this week. Got the Rascals on here. Really enjoying Impact. Really enjoying it. Who are they facing? But anyway, let's see what I got to talk about this week. What have I watched? We'll start with the oldest show and work my way forward. Let's see here. The east side of the LBC. Oh, I should organize stuff better, but that's not me. I'm not an organized person. Okay. Let's start off with the first thing here. Come on. Okay, there we go. We're back. All right, so we're going to start off with the first thing. This is the oldest show I watched in the past couple of days, and this is from my personal collection because I don't think any of this is on the WWE Network. This is WWF Wrestling Challenge from January 15, 1989. Wrestling Challenge for a long time there. Besides Saturday Night's Main Event, Wrestling Challenge was like the only WWF wrestling I could watch because it didn't have cable. And it aired at like midnight on the NBC affiliate on Saturday, so I'd stay up and watch my wrestling. And back then, I loved it, even though it was all squash matches. And that's what this episode was kind of surprising. We start off with the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Great man. Got to meet him quite a few years ago. Thank you, Josh Doolin and BIW, for setting that up, bringing in Ted DiBiase to one of your shows. Super nice guy. Got to talk to him a little bit. He's taking on Joe Cruz. Never seen Joe before, never heard of him. And it was a little quick squash, but Joe actually showed some offense. I'm like, okay, this ain't bad. 2 out of 5. Then got our next one, and this is all like, oh man, I forget these guys were ever in WWE, and this is the Brainbusters. Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard beat George Terrell and Scott Casey. Now, Scott Casey is one of those, I know the name. Is he somebody that wasn't always a jobber? I'm not sure on that. Brainbusters were great. I wish they'd stayed in WWE a little bit longer. Wish they'd gotten used a little bit more. But, of course, most people out there should know the story. Tully failed a drug test. They got rid of him. But Arn and Tully can drag a good match out of anybody, and they did here. 2.5 out of 5. Great match. Then we get our next match, and this is what surprised me. Usually on Challenge, you had, name versus person you ever heard of. Name, squash matches. And then your main event, you get something like, this week on Wrestling Challenge, you got Coco, the Birdman, Coco Beware, taking on the evil referee, Dangerous Danny Davis. Well, this is only the third match on here. There's 5 matches. We get the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart, taking on Rhythm and Blues, which was the Honky Tonk Man and Greg the Hammer Valentine. And I was shocked that this was not the main event, and this actually was a decent little match. Of course, now by this time period, Greg the Hammer Valentine was starting to really slow down. Good match, though. 2.5 out of 5. Really enjoyed it. Now, our next one of my favorite WWF superstars of this era, and a guy that it feels like he's not remembered at all now. And this would be Bad News Brown, also known as Bad News Allen. And he ends up taking on and facing the mighty Bill Mulkey. Remember the Mulkey brothers? Mulkey Mania, baby. I don't remember the Mulkeys ever seeing the Mulkeys in WWF. I guess they did. I mean, they were jobbers. They worked everywhere, but 2.5. Bad News Brown, of course, can, like they say about Flair and a bunch of, you can drag a good match off a broomstick. Bad News Brown could do that. Then our main event, the Red Rooster, Terry Taylor, the Tailor-Made Man, the alleged sexual harasser in multiple feds, taking on Tito Santana. Tito's one of those good, mid-level guys where if you can't have a good match with Tito, you just ain't worth having a wrestling career. Taylor is one of those that I really loved him in Mid-South UWF. But after that, I just kind of fell out of favor with him. This main event, it wasn't that great. 2 out of 5. So the show got a 2.3. A lot of these old wrestling challenges are up on YouTube and like Daily Motion and all that. I don't know why they're not on the WWE Network. I would actually, even though, I know it's squashes, but I would go back and watch like from about 86 to about 90 of Wrestling Challenge and WWF Wrestling Spotlight, WWF superstars. I know they have superstars. I know they have superstars on there from a little bit later date, but I want to see the older stuff, the 80s era, the stuff that I watched every week. Because for a while there, I was watching what was it, Wrestling Spotlight. Then I'd watch Superstars, and then I'd watch, I think it was Memphis came on next, and then Superstars aired on a different channel. I'd watch it again, and then I'd see Challenge at midnight. And some weeks it'd be like before Challenge came on, and so Saturday Night Live we had WWF Saturday Night's Main Event. So I got like a lot of WWF wrestling. Probably that era right there, and then the Attitude Era is only 2 times I've really been heavily into WWF. I've never been a huge WWF fan. I'm never a Hulk Hogan fan. And a lot of it was because it was jobber matches. I don't know. And now I kind of like squash matches now, so who knows? Times change, I change. All right, so what we got next? What would be the next show? Okay. Now yes, I know it's a week ago. Matter of fact, a week ago tomorrow. This is Thursday. A week ago Friday. This came up, and I just didn't get to see it in time. This is AEW Dark Episode 6. So I said before, I really enjoy AEW Dark most weeks. It's 1 hour show. We get 2 or 3 matches. They're good. I enjoy them. I enjoy it way more than Dynamite. Dynamite just being 2 hours. It's hard for me to find 2 hours to watch a show. Because I like watching a show from start to finish. I don't want to be interrupted. I don't want to, I'll watch a little bit here, go watch it. No, I want to see the whole thing as one. So starting us off, we got Big Swole, who, when I hear Swole, I think she's muscular, but she's not swole. Versus Sheeta. Sheeta is fucking amazing. Damn good wrestler. Her promo work is not bad. I don't know how, her English is not bad at all. Really surprised me. Pretty woman. Decent match. Sheeta wins. And it was, hey, I finally got to see a really good women's match in AEW because that's one of my biggest complaints about AEW is that their women's division is just not good. It's like almost as bad as Ring of Honor's is. And it's surprising because Ring of Honor's got some okay women wrestlers. AEW's got some good, just they're pushing the wrong ones. So I'm like, all right, cool, get a good little women's match start. Then we get a tag match. And Shazza McKenzie and Shalonda Royal. I've heard of Shaz. I think I've seen her once or twice. Shalonda, never heard of her. Never seen her. Versus Leva Bates, Librarian, who is really impressing me here. I believe he's one of those I've heard about and been watching off and on for quite a while. And I like her cosplay gimmick. I like come out in different characters. She is just in the ring. She was never that good to me. She's a really nice person. Buddy of mine, Kobe Rutland, Ballast Media Productions, got to meet Leva and had to drive her to the airport. Her and OD being somehow how nice both of them were. It's Leva Bates and Nyla Rose. And see, this is what AEW should have been doing since they should have been putting Nyla on like tag matches to cover up how green she is. Because that's the issue with Nyla. Nyla's a big old woman. She looks tough, but she's green. She's really green. And they were just giving her that monster push, and it just wasn't working. This match, it works. And this is like the best I've ever seen Nyla look in a match. Looks really good. And she ends up winning the match, whatever, tagging Leva. Leva just kind of stands on the apron. And the commentary makes a comment about that Leva's finally got a win on a record, and she didn't even get in the match. 2.5 out of 5. Good match. Then we got our main event, which is the Hybrid 2, which is, of course, Angelico and Jack Evans, with Kip Sabian taking on SCU. And this incarnation of SCU, of course, is Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, because Chris Daniels is hurt right now. And they got Seema from the Strong Hearts. These 6-man tags, if done right in AEW, are really good. And this one was Siemens independent on Sabian, 2.5 out of 5. So the entire show, 2.5. Worth tracking this, worth watching this for the men's 6-man tag and watching Sheeta and Big Swole. The women's tag, it was okay, but I wouldn't go on my way to see it. But definitely worth it. Dark, definitely worth watching. All right, let's see. What's the next one? What should I do next? I'll say that for last. All right, AEW Dark Episode 7. This is one they just aired this week on Tuesdays. I try to almost Tuesday or Wednesdays I get AEW Dark and NWA Power Watch. They're on YouTube. As far as I know, neither one of them's like geo-blocked, so you can watch them worldwide. Oh, really? Hold on. I want to skip the song. I don't know why that song is on my playlist. All right. Start off. The best friends, Trent Beretta, or Trent, ? And Chuck Taylor taking on Private Party, and 2 damn good teams. And I love that both these, they don't just do the same spots over and over every match. They're not, that's one of my big issues, but they do the same spots over and over and over. It's like, okay, how many times are we going to see these spots every match? And you would think because they do them so often, they'd actually be good at them. A lot of times they're not good at them. But Private Party, great tag team, really fun to watch. They're missing one thing. They really could use like a valet, a manager, some kind of mouthpiece. And anybody from AEW is watching this, I've got the perfect person to be Private Party's manager. He fits them. He fits the gimmick. His name is Big Ramp. Look for Big Ramp Kenneth Wade on all your social media. He went in perfectly. And it would be great to see Big Ramp on nationwide TV. Good tag, 2.5 out of 5. Worth watching this episode of Dark just for that. Then, this is 2 weeks in a row, 2 episodes in a row of this where we had a women's tag match. That's the second match. And it's going to be Big Swole and Chris Statlander. I've been hearing the name Chris Statlander a lot. I think she's been doing like a lot of intergender wrestling and beyond and all that. Taking on Rio, who Rio's decent. She ain't amazing, but she's decent. And Britt Baker, or as I've dubbed her, Shit Baker. But she's shit. Big Swole was decent. Chris Statlander was decent. Rio's decent, but Britt is just horrible. She's botchy. She can't talk. And she seems to be getting like this mega push from AEW, and I can't figure out why. I mean, they're just that impressed that she's a dentist. Did you know Britt Baker was a dentist? Shout out the chat. Shout out the chat. Raccoons, baby. Raccoons, bang, bang. Well, Rio and Shit Baker end up winning. Best match I've seen with Shit, and that's because the other 3 ladies in the match. 2 out of 5. And that's just because the other 3 women, Britt Baker's not good. And I can understand, like, if she was in WWE and getting this push because, her, are they married? I don't know if they're married, but her significant other, Adam Cole's there. So I could see it, but why she didn't put it ain't like she's that big a name. I never even heard of her before AEW. And I do watch a lot of indie wrestling, so I don't know what's up here. And then we got our main event. And it's like, okay, Strong Arts. I like the Strong. It's T-Hawk and I don't remember. It's not Seamus, the other guy. Versus the Young Bucks. I'm really hoping Strong Arts could drag a good match out of the Bucks, but I doubt it happens. And the Strong Arts are trying their best to keep the Bucks from doing their Formula match. I wish more teams would do this with the Bucks. Because the Bucks, they have a very paint-by-numbers match. It's like, okay, we're going to do this, then we're going to do that. And it just gets boring seeing the same match over and over and over again. I mean, what's weird is that I'll see fans even nowadays complain about, Ric Flair always did the same moves over and over. Bret Hart, the Bucks do the same damn thing. And, of course, the Bucks win with the stupid finisher since the people's elbow. You would think as often as they do the Meltzer driver, they learn how to do it and not make it look like shit. Or the cameras would make – because it looked like the Buck that was doing the little stupid flip when he touched him for the pile driver. Didn't even touch the guy. Got a 2 out of 5 just because the Strong Hearts tried their best. But, yeah, not good. 2.17 for the show. If you're going to watch this, watch the first match and just skip the rest. I mean, the women's match was not horrible. It's just – this is, the Bucks and Shit Baker getting these huge pushes are part of the reason why I'm just not really feeling AEW. And I wanted to. I wanted to get an AEW. I wanted, another big group that's got, a big nationwide channel to do. And they're doing good. It's just, it's not for me. I'll keep on watching Dark because I am enjoying it. But, yeah, pay-per-views and all that for AEW, I just don't care. All right, then we got the final thing I watched. I just watched that earlier, and this is kind of a controversial show this week. This is NWA Power number 7. And I will touch on the controversy a little bit. Now, this is the re-edited version. When I did the – remember, it was Tuesday I did video. I said, when it's over, I'm going to watch NWA Power, and I'm going to watch AEW Dark. I should have watched NWA Power then. I didn't. I waited a little bit, and, of course, I ended up getting the slightly edited version. Okay, start off, we got Nick Aldis giving Trevor Murdoch a non-title match. Okay. And this is the match that caused Corny to lose his job in NWA because on commentary, he said something that was in bad taste and a bit racist. She said Trevor Murdoch, I'm paraphrasing this. He said Trevor Murdoch was so tough he could go across the with a bucket of fried chicken on his back and not have to worry. Like I said, it is a racist comment. It is in bad taste. And if you want to know more of my thoughts about it, contact me. I'll explain why. I agree it was in bad taste. I agree it was racist. But my whole issue is there's other people in wrestling that have said stuff as bad, if not worse. And you ain't got the fan base going after them like they're going after Corny. And I think there's a reason they're going after Corny. I think part of it is because Corny is, like me, he's talking about how the Young Bucks, he just don't like them. I like Kenny Omega, he doesn't, but he's going after what the younger members of IWC, their favorite wrestlers, so they're going to go after Corny. But besides the controversy, a very short match, Trevor shows he still has it, and of course, Nick ends up winning 2.5 out of 5. Next match is Ricky Starks. Oh, yeah, Ricky Starks. Stroke Daddy versus the Question Mark. And I'm like, man, I hope Ricky doesn't job to the Question Mark. And, well, he ended up doing it. Match was just getting good when Aaron Stevens comes out and attacks and gets the match thrown out. Nicole Cabana comes out and wants to do a tag match as the main event with him and Ricky versus the Question Mark and Aaron Stevens. Hey, 2.2 out of 5. Not horrible. Could have been better. I'm enjoying the Question Mark. They're continuing on the storyline in the women's division here. So we got Allison Kay, the current NWA Women's Champion, with Ashley Vox, who, am I the only one that think Ashley Vox is like a Hispanic version of Zendaya? Ashley Vox, really good. You want to see some really good Ashley Vox matches? Go search on YouTube for I think they're called the Sea Stars. It's Ashley's tag team. Really, really good wrestler. They're taking on Thunder Rosa and Marty Bell. Ends up being the best match I've seen from Marty Bell. Marty Bell is not a great wrestler. She's botchy, but she still entertains me. That's part of my thing with wrestling. I want to be entertained. You can be technically amazing, but if you don't entertain me, it's not like, okay, Roderick Strong, for example. Roderick Strong, technically damn good wrestler. Doesn't entertain me. So I don't care about Roderick Strong. The match is going on. Melina. Yes, Melina from WWE and every place else comes out. And I guess she's working with Thunder Rosa and Bell now. Thunder Rosa hits this really badass, top rope. I don't know what you would call it on Allison Kay. They get the win, 2 out of 5. How is it that even though, NWA's women aren't as good as the women that got in other places, their matches more entertaining than they are in AEW. Most of them in AEW or, Ring of Honor. I don't get it. Then we got our main event. It's going to be Colt Cabana, the NWA National Champion, and Ricky Starks taking on the Question Mark and Aaron Stevens. Okay. Am I the only one that is pretty sure the Question Mark is Josephus? And if he is, it's a nice way to rebuild Josephus because the crowd didn't give a flying fart about Josephus when he first showed up, and now the crowd is solidly behind the Question Mark. And I do love how NWA is either introducing people to new stars, aka Ricky Starks, or rebuilding older stars like Aaron Stevens and Josephus. Colt and Starks are make a really good team. Would like to see him tag up more, but with Colt being the national champ, I don't see that happening. Stevens ends up cheating and getting the pin on Starks, 2.5 out of 5. Overall, the show gets a 2.25. Not a bad show. And one last thing I want to throw this out there. After the last episode went up, I got contacted by 2 different guys. I hope you ain't pissed that I'm mentioning this. You didn't tell me not to, so I got cut the day after it went up. I remember it was right after the video went up. I got contacted by Barry Wolf of the Sons of Titan, explaining to me that he thinks I've maybe missed some episodes of SWA. Of course, he's like, you're behind because the way they air on Fight. That the guy at ringside with the Sons of Titan, Scott Gable, I think might be his name, is their advisor, and he has done stuff. It's just the match I've seen, he's done nothing. Which, that's cool. Hey, advisor, that's cool, but I don't understand. And Mr. Wolf, I appreciate it. I love talking to you, sir. I've known Mr. Wolf since 2010, I think is when I met Mr. Wolf. Matter of fact, the first first wrestling show I went to when I moved back to Mississippi was in 2010. The first match I saw was Barry Wolf versus Ron Horn. My whole thing right now is, okay, the Domination Inc. and Sons of Titan already have Billy D. McLean. Why do they need somebody else? I don't get it. But hey, thank you for the information, sir. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed talking to you as always. And then the next day, I get contacted by Nick Wonder. Now, I've said multiple times on here watching this TV, I'm just not a fan of Nick Wonder. So Nick Wonder was very nice and polite. He's like, hey, I've been watching videos, so you're not a fan of Nick Wonder. Would you mind explaining that? And you have your right to your own opinion. I understand that. I'm not mad or anything. And I'm paraphrasing a lot of this. And I explained to him, the thing with Nick Wonder to me is that nothing about him stands out. I've never seen him cut a promo. And I said, nothing about him just stands out. So That's why. And we had a nice long talk. We talked for a long while. He explained a lot of stuff to me. I appreciate it, sir. And I'll throw this out there. If you're a wrestler watching this and I say something that offends you or anything like that, contact me. I'm not hard to get into. I'm not hard to find. You can find me on Facebook. Contact the DIY Mississippi Filmworks page on Facebook. Or if you want to do it by email, asshatpodcast@gmail.com. Do that. Leave a comment here on YouTube. Anything, contact me, talk to me. I'm easy to find. I'd rather you contact me directly and talk to me about something instead of passing on a message from somebody else or just talking trash and not saying anything to me. That's the way adults do stuff. You contact the person instead of, sending on a message to somebody else when I'm so easy to get in touch with, or, just not saying a word and waiting 2 shows and then finally sending on a message to somebody else when the issue could have been squashed a lot earlier. Like WWE says, be a star. Be a star. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and go. It's laundry day here at the house. I'm going to go finish up my laundry. I'm going to finish watching this Impact. Matter of fact, I just started up. I got Talia versus Jordan Grace, so this is going to be a damn good match. I hope everybody enjoyed that. And I always end these the same way. Maggie Mags. Maggie. Yeah, I know you take a nap. Come here, Mags. Come here. You got to tell everybody bye-bye. Come on, Mags. Climb up. Up here. Up here. Oh, there she comes so slow. Okay. What's that? That's you. Do you realize that's you on there? Do you realize that millions of people could possibly be watching you? What's got your attention? Huh? Look right there. See? Look. Tell them bye-bye. Tell them bye-bye, Maggie. Bye-bye. All right. Talk to everybody later. Hope y'all enjoyed. Man, if you did, leave a comment. Click that like button. Subscribe, Again, like I said, contact me. It's not hard. asshatpodcast@gmail.com is the one for this channel. Send me an email, find me on Facebook. I'm not hard to find. There's only 2 new Coxes on Facebook, and it's pretty obvious which one's me. But hope everybody enjoyed. Latest.